Good evening and welcome to the channel tonight. My name is Andy and tonight we have something a little bit different for you. We have round one of a brand new league and first time ever for me commentating. It is GTSport, Gran Turismo Sport. We are taking part now on NXTGEN Racing. This is the Chloe Hewitt sponsored Cooper Cup. Brought to you by Chloe Hewitt, who is a British Series driver who's sponsoring the event, which we're really appreciative of. She finished 4th in the 2018 series as well, and the car you're watching just now of NGR Cuddles is the exact same livery that Chloe drove in that series, so keeping it a bit real with that as well. This is a brand new thing for Monday nights when work doesn't get in the way. We're going to have two races, a short race and a longer race. The first race is on medium tyres with no tyre wear or fuel wear. That'll be a shorter distance. The second race will be any tyres you like, but the tyre wear is 10 times the wear with 12 times the fuel rate, starting with 30 litres of fuel, and all cars are stock. They're 150 brake horsepower and it was just over 1,000 kilos, so it's all down to the driver. So practice and qualifying session going on just now, so we're just going to have a look through some of the drivers with this man here in the green Chandeliers Mini. It is Happy HPK, Happy Hick as I'm going to be calling him. From Pretoria in South Africa, 41-year-old. He is a marketing director, is Henny, Happy Hick. So good to have him along. You can see right behind him is a Dino Blaster in the black and red car there. And he is another one who we've seen a few times on NXTGEN events. So it's good to see him along as well. In the background we've got NGR Game Ranger, another NGR. You'll see a few of these NGR game tags. It means that they are a part of NXTGEN Racing and added it to their tags. So he is in the blue and black machine that you can see here, the GS car. I'm just looking through my crib sheet. It's Matt Smith, 42-year-old from London, and he's an animator, so hopefully none of the action tonight causes him to get too animated out on the track. Then we've got NGR Bigsy there coming through in the AST machine. A lovely livery. All these liveries painstakingly done, by the way, to replicate as much as possible the real series, so fantastic stuff. This is a bit of a one-off though. This is the NGR Biddy driven by NGR Cutler, and he's gone through that tricky chicane section. Then we've got Scorpion K Dirge there coming through that section as well, followed by NGR Cuddles, who we've seen earlier on. He is the league coordinator, so he's the one that's put this all together, so fantastic effort from him. Then got NGR Mad Marshall in there as well, and he's coming through there in the Spark machine, followed by Surreptitiously, which is probably going to pronounce that so many times wrong, and then the Plumster, who's already got himself a bit of a slowdown penalty, and the final one at the moment is the 11th car, GTP Rick's Rally, that's the WRX Rally Cross, so I'm going to call him Rick's Cross from now on. So medium tyres for all this. The first one to set a lap time is this man here, NGR Game Ranger, and that is a 2-minute 5.0. I did see him setting some lap times in the 2 minutes 4 in the practice lobby just before this, so keep an eye on it. I remember we've got Dino Blaster off to the side of the track there already, so that's not looking too good. His car has ghosted out at this time. And then we've got Bigsy coming through here. He's currently in 3rd, 2 minutes 6. Cuddles in 4th, 2 minutes 7. Cutler in 5th place, 2 minutes 0.8. And Scorpio Dirge 2 minute 8 as well. Mad Marshall 2:15 on his first flying lap. He's not going too quickly at the moment. Maybe he's driving a 1960s Mini. And we've got very less horsepower. Happy Hip coming through to 22 minutes 18 is his fastest lap at the moment. And it's going to be a quick change to some of the standings. There we are. Chat will come up from time to time, of course, and Happy Hip goes right off into the barrier there. Not good from him at all as he comes back onto the track. And we've got a different variation of drivers here. Some are, you know, very experienced to NXTGEN, some not so much. So you're going to see a difference here, and what's going to eventually happen is that the lobby will become two classes. It will become a pro and an AM class. after the first 2 rounds. So the first 2 rounds allow people to show what they can do, show their ability of what is possible, and obviously then we can put them into the appropriate class for their speed, meaning that even if you've got someone who is a bit slower on the track, being in the AM class, they're up against similar level drivers, and that means that their season is not spent totaling around at the back feeling like it is not worth it. NGR Cutler here, coming across the line in the NGR machine. Lovely detail there in the livery, and he moves up a place into P5 at the moment. 1.2 seconds down on NGR Game Rangers' fastest lap at the moment. Just going to be quiet for a wee second. I need to share this out, obviously, so I want to keep this all going and let people know about it. So I'm just about to tweet this, so I'll be here in a wee second. There we go. It's a wee bit more like it. Fantastic. So, qualifying session going on at the moment. We're around about 7-8 minutes into the session already. It's a 15-minute qualifying session, I do believe. We're going to start moving through, looking at a few more drivers. NGR Bigsy here, coming through the tricky section of the chicanes. A lot trickier to do in a faster car, to thread the needle through there. Trust me, I have tried many a time and made a complete mess of it in a Group 3 Jag. So there you go, it's Dino Blaster, another beautiful livery, so many good details. It's the Bridgestone car. I'm going to need to find out who done these liveries, because they're all absolutely awesome. Brilliant work to whoever done these, because they're just brilliant. Here comes Rick Cross here in the Stand Up for Cancer machine. So obviously putting towards a very good charitable cause there as well. As Dark Sykes into the comments already, saying hello and evening to all. I believe he's actually out on track at the moment, well, in the pit lane, more than anything, but we'll keep an eye on that anyway. But it's good to have you along there. But it's still Game Ranger at the top of the standings for provisional pole at the moment. And he is still the fastest. He's done another quick lap. He's now into the 2-minute 4s, 2-minute 4.5, his fastest lap time. Very good lap there with Rip Cross. I keep saying Rip rather than Rick. I'll get it right one day. Rick Cross on a 2-minute 5.1, makes nearest to him. Bigsy second down on pole at the moment, 2 minutes 5.6. With NGR Cutler on a 2-minute 6.0. Dino Blaster in 5th, not far off a Cutler, and Cuddles is 2 seconds off in 6th place at the moment. Then we've got Scorpion Dirge. I will get this name right eventually, but he's in 7th as we see surreptitiously coming into the pit lane for a change of tyres. He's decided he wants some new rubber. As Plumster has a bit of a wall grind moment there, and a bit of lag going on for him as it's just jumping about there for the 9th place run at the moment, and he's just grinding along the walls. It's not doing any good for the paint mark. We'll skip away from that car for now. Happy Hip coming through in 10th at the moment. His fastest lap still that 2-minute 18-second lap time in the Chandler's Halesman machine. And Mad Marshall sitting in the pits, deciding he'd rather have a cup of tea, so he's still sitting out there at the moment. So this is a new one. I'd say it's the first race of this cup, this event, and it's a new season for NXTGEN Racing. We're now on to season 13 on NXTGEN Racing. If you do want to sign up, do have a look out for it. Just getting a wee message from the NXTGEN YouTube channel there. A certain gentleman called Lewis Richies did a lot of the liveries. So Lewis, if you are watching, what a fabulous job you've done, my friend. Well done to you. And making some of these liveries, because some of them look absolutely fantastic. As you can see there, the Stand Up for Cancer car. And here comes Bigsy. He's got Plumster still all over the place, having quite a lot of lag, putting Bigsy into the wall. That's obviously lagging about there for his car, so it's not too good at the moment. And here it comes Dyno Blaster. I'm just going to follow the Bridgestone car for the meantime. Let's just get a bit of a perspective of what a lap around this track looks like. And just being told Lewis is our chief livery maker, so fantastic stuff there from Lewis, as I say. Now coming through this chicane section, you can pretty much get through here flat out in the minis. Nippy little cars, even with 150 horsepower, might not sound like very much, but it will do you pretty good in this little machine. He's coming up to the last corner. Where is he going to hit the brakes? Up to the 100 metre board, down to third gear, and into the last corner. We'll actually just stay on board for now with Dyno Blaster and see if he's going to go on and do another lap, and I'll see if I can take you around this Dragon Trail Seaside circuit based in Croatia in the game. It's obviously a made up track for GTSport. And coming across the line there to start a lap, that was a 2 minute 5.9 there from Dyno Blaster, so getting quicker. Into turn 1, it's a flat out turn through there, nice and easy. And in this tricky corner here, especially on the more high powered machines, easy to get wrong, but Dyno down into third gear, clipping the apex on the inside, then on the outside as well, and back onto the throttle and coming up through the gears one more time. And that's turn 4 is pretty much a nothing corner, it's flat out. This turn up here, turn 5, is pretty much flat out as well. Yep, easily peasily there. And then into turn 6, using all of the curb, it's just pitched the car a little bit into the apex there, but Dyno able to get away with that one, avoiding the inside wall, the guardrail sticking out, and you can see he's up on his best lap time by a tenth of a second at the moment as well. Into this next section, the S's, so this is a very lovely piece of tarmac here, going uphill, left then right, and these cars, as you can see, pretty much full throttle the whole way up. Run it right to the edge of the track to use all of the track limits possible, and through this little kink under the Pirelli bridge, we're coming up to the next heavy braking zone. You can see the Adriatic, I think that's Adriatic Sea, I think, in the background, I'm not too sure, my geology's out of it. Into this corner, very easy, shallow apex, you can throw it in there if you can get it right. That's going to be an overtaking spot during the race for sure, so look out for that. And then up through the gears, and you can use as much of these wide curves as you can just about get away with the track limits. They're sometimes strict in this game, but sometimes they're pretty weak as well, so you can pretty much skim through them very easily. And then once again up to the last corner, underneath the overpasses, lovely hillside and sea view just over the top of those trees, and again 100 metres just at the start of the curbing there on the left hand side, down into third gear around about 65 miles an hour. Let it run wide, and let's see, can Dyno Blaster do anything about NGR Game Ranger's fastest lap time? The Dutchman coming up to the line just now, and will he improve? He does go faster, a 2 minute 5.2, and that pops him up into third place at the moment, so very nice lap time there from the Dutchman. And Darkside, shout out to your brother Bigsy. Yes, Bigsy is in here. In fact, we will have a wee look at him just now. Here he comes through in the AST machine, and he is on a flying lap just now. 2 minute 5.6, his fastest lap just now, so he's a second down at the moment is Bigsy. Real name Carl Sykes, 39 from Surrey. He's a valeter and detailer, and there's been plenty of detail, as we say, put into these liveries as well, as he goes onto the brakes into the last corner, taking a wider entry point into that, but able to maintain a little bit more speed than Dyno Blaster did. And we'll see if he can come through and make for a faster lap time than his current 2 minute 5.6 up to the line, hugging the white line. Over the line, it's a 2 minute 5.4, so he gains some time, but he has not gained any further places. Saying here, qualifying is over. So we're going to have the race in just a moment. That is the end of qualifying. We're just going to see, there we go, getting this final underway. So Game Ranger on pole. 2 minute 4.5, Rip Cross in second, and we'll run through the rest of the grid in just a moment as we come up to the first of two races. So this one here will be an 8 lap race, all cars involved, all 12, or is it 11? Can't remember. Medium tyres, no tyre wear, no fuel usage, so it's just basically a flat out sprint to the end, but everyone on the medium tyres, and you see the line up there. for everyone involved. So Game Ranger on pole, Ripcross second, Dino Blaster third, Engineer Cutler in fourth, and Bigsy in fifth with Cuddles in sixth. We're waiting for the lights. They're going on just now for round one, the first race of round one on season 13 in NXTGEN Racing Mini Cooper Cup by Chloe Hewitt, and we are underway. And Scorpio Dirge at the back there getting a poor start and bumped along out of harm's view there, and we're just going to drop back so we can see the speeds as Game Ranger comes down towards turn one. We've got NGR Cutler going side by side with Ripcross there towards turn one. He's got the move done already, using the slipstream to lovely effect here to get by the Dutchman, and they come into turn two, and Cutler's going to look to the outside, and he bumps a little bit using the curb in there with Game Ranger. Cutler getting through at the moment. Looks like he's backing out a little bit on that one there, just cutting across. No, he's not. He's taken through into first place. Obviously game rules are on as if someone's sliding about in the background there, but managing to hold on to it. And here we are up to the first major braking point, and Cutler cuts across the nose of Game Ranger there, taking the line, and you can see Cuddles there just get really wide on the exit. Mad Marshall dropping through. We're going to have 3 wide coming through here in just a second if we're not careful, and here we go. So Cuddles, surreptitiously Happy Hip, and Mad Marshall. Some of these names are going to trip over my tongue. I'll probably get to round 12 and I'll still be getting it wrong. Marshall running very wide through there, using all of the track and then a little bit more of the tarmac and grass to go with it, and he is well off into the background as Mad Marshall, so he's losing a lot of ground there as we see Ripcross getting passed by Dino Blaster on the outside as Game Ranger looks to the inside of Cutler. Dino Blaster is through on Ripcross, and Bigsy and Cuddles are closing up, so these 6 have pulled away from surreptitiously. Jesus Christ, I'm just going to do that wrong. I was just going to call him David because that's his real name. But look at this, line abreast, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 going through the chicane. We'll follow Dino Blaster for the moment as he's got Ripcross going to the inside. It's going to give him the inside line for this next corner, and Cutler has been passed by Game Ranger, but Cutler is looking to the inside now to get that place back. We're nearly 3 wide into there as Bigsy has a go as well, and Dino Blaster could lose 2 places here inside the space of a corner. He's lost one out to Ripcross, and he could lose out on another one here to Bigsy as they slide down the power down the straight. You can see Game Ranger back in front from Cutler as they complete the first 8 laps. We've got 2 to the left, 3 to the right, nobody down the middle. Now they're all down the middle. Who's going to come through? Ripcross looking to the inside now of Cutler. We're keeping with this top 5 for the meantime into the left hander of turn 3. We've got Dino Blaster inside, and then now the outside of Ripcross. They're still battling side by side. A lovely bit of driving from both of them. They're very fair driving going on at the moment. It's just absolutely fantastic to see as they come through on lap 2 of this race. You see Game Ranger obviously the first one over the line with the fastest lap. Bigsy nearly looking to stick it up in the middle there and make it 3 wide into that next turn, and the chat is going off and I'm unable to keep up, so I'll come back to you. Andy Faraday is not here. He's been unable to make it today. This is number 30, so that's why Andy's not about, and Game Ranger has managed to get about 7/10 clear of Cutler. Dino Blaster's got himself a little bit ahead now, nearly a second clear of Ripcross, and he's got Bigsy and Cuddles for company, and Cuddles making a move on Bigsy now. Much better run through that Essie section. He might even fancy a go up the inside of the Dutchman into the next corner. Will he have a go? Having a wee look, bit of contact made there, and Cuddles loses out due to that contact as Bigsy gains back 5th place from the NGR Cuddles man there in the Chloe Hewitt liveried car. And I'm going to jump back forward because Dino Blaster is catching up with NGR Cutler in the meantime. So can he make a move here into the right hander? All of this is just letting Game Ranger get a little bit ahead. It puts him out of the danger zone almost for braking as he come into the final corner one more time. And Cutler able to take a lovely line through there. Dino Blaster's going to get a good run out of this corner and down the front straight. As you can see, Bigsy having a go on Ripcross there as well. And look at this, it's basically NASCAR bumping. It's like Daytona 500 here down the front straight. We're on to lap 3 now as Game Ranger pulling ahead, but Cutler and Dino Blaster having a bit of a pushing A bit of bumper matching here. Will the Dutchman look to the inside here? It's not really an overtaking spot as turn 2, and he backs out for now as Bigsy and Ripcross side by side into there. I've just say it's not a passing point, and they're going to prove me absolutely wrong with a lovely move by the AST machine there from Bigsy, and it looks like he's got the move done for now, but the Dutchman coming back to the outside line. Bigsy's going to have the inside for the next 2 corners, so he should have the move done, and he does for now. So lovely overtaking move there as he went side by side through 2 and 3. Good bit of fair and clean racing there. Ripcross in 5th there. Cuddles has dropped off the back of this one a little bit here, and there is surreptitiously, or David, in 7th, Happy Hip in 8th, and Scorpio Dirge is in 9th, sitting on his own at the moment, 15 seconds off the South African, 9 seconds ahead of Mad Marshall, who is struggling at the moment, it seems, as the Plumster comes through the last corner. He is last at the moment, sliding about in that machine, not enjoying it at the moment. Back to the front though, NGR Game Ranger coming through, trying to keep things 1, 2, 3. These guys have sort of pulled away a little bit from the battling trio behind, so we've got a battle of 3 and then a battle of 2, which will become 3 if Cuddles can catch back up, but we'll stick with the lead trio for now, as Dino Blaster looks to try and get past Cutler one more time down at the front straight. So we'll see if he can get a run through this last corner. Can he make the move on Cutler? And Dino Blaster having a look here. He's going to the inside of Cutler, and Cutler's going to have to go the long way round and hang it out. Can he cut back and get a run? Dino Blaster through for now. Cutler drops down to 3rd, but now he's going to have the slipstream off of that Bridgestone machine as they come down the main straight to start lap 4 of 8 in this first of 2 races here. Obviously this is just a sprint race, this one. No pit stops in this. Can Cutler do what Bigsy did on the last lap to Ripcross, who has got the place back? Cutler goes to the inside here. This will be a brave move into this corner, but he's got it done before the corner. Good move from Cutler there, and he has gained the place back into 2nd place. Dino Blaster drops back down to 3rd for the meantime, but this battle is not over by a long shot. We drop back here, Ripcross and Bigsy going at it one more time, coming up to the fast right hander. There's now a braking zone here. You can drop down to about 3rd gear, 60 odd miles an hour, throwing it in there, and the Dutchman keeps ahead for the meantime, but that battle's going to continue on. Cuddles is dropping back at the moment. He's now 7 seconds down, so he's obviously had an issue, and he's dropping back into the clutches of Happy Hip and David surreptitiously. We'll keep an eye on how they go on at the moment. We're back up here, Dino Blaster and Cutler. This is the main battle on track at the moment. I will get to the battles at the back as well. I'll try my best, but it's hard when the moves are going on up front. As here goes Dino Blaster up the inside, but he's unable to get the move. Cutler gives him to space, and now he's got the inside line. It looks like he's passed for the moment. Can he get a bit better of a line into the chicane to keep the place? And he's gone through again and made that place his. So now Cutler will have to try and get back through coming down the main straight. Shalestone's in the cut-up chat. I am going to try and get through everybody, don't worry my friend. It's just hard when these two are playing bumper cars down the front straight sometimes. Here goes Cutler though to the inside. This battle's been going on for pretty much since the start of the race, and Cutler gets the move done, but Dino Blaster looks back to the inside to undercut. Can he get a better run out of the corner? They're now side by side down the front straight, as we can see Ripcross and Bigsy coming through as well. Look at this. Less near. You could blink your eye and you wouldn't be able to see them going down side by side coming up to turn 1. It looks like the Dutchman's got ahead at the moment, but Cutler's got the inside for this next corner. It is a left-hander into a right-hander, hard on the brakes for both of them. And Dino Blaster gets the move done. Lovely move there. There's Ripcross and Bigsy coming through. They're pretty close. Cuddles has managed to get 5 seconds clear of surreptitiously, and Scorpio Dirge is coming across the line. He's just finishing his 4th lap on his 5th lap. Happy Hip though has dropped back. He was up in 7th, so he's obviously had a moment somewhere where we're watching the front lot battle. And Mad Marshall coming through as well in the Sparks machine, and there's the Plumster in the I think that's the Glowstones machine. I've not got my spotter guide out at the moment because I've still got the chat up just now, but he is running in 11th place. There's the leader though. He's got 1.5 seconds so if this was F1 this would be out of DRS range, but this isn't F1, this is proper racing. This is Mini Coopers on NXTGEN Racing. You can see there Ripcross going wide. Where is Bigsy? Bigsy's dropped back there, so he's lost out big time because Cuddles is now ahead of him. That gives Ripcross the chance to just breathe and try and catch up with the front three. So something happened there to Bigsy because he was battling this man, Ripcross, for 4th place, but this has given Ripcross in the Stand Up for Cancer machine the chance to catch up to the leading trio, and especially this battle for the final 2 places in the podium. Dino Blaster has managed to pull a bit of a gap on Cutler. He's about a second clear now of the British driver as they come into the hairpin here. So while we've got a little bit of a gap, we're going to fall back through the field. Here comes NGR Cuddles in the Chloe Hewitt machine. Chloe Hewitt, obviously the sponsor of this league, and we're absolutely brilliant that she's been able to do so, and that is her livery there that you see on the car with the zebra crossings almost. Bigsy coming back through using all of the curb and a little bit of the grass. He won't want to be doing that too much. That's possibly why he dropped back down the field maybe. Here comes surreptitiously in the Scorpio machine, and it is David Clark, 47 from Glasgow, electric engineer. We've got all sorts of people in here, different age groups, different styles of work going on. I will go through them as we go through the races in the league, and the Glaswegian is probably the closest one to me, with me being a Scotsman myself. There is Durge coming across in 8th, having a bit of a lonely race at the moment, but he's going to have South African for company before very long. Mad Marshall coming through in the Sparks machine, his fastest lap 2:10 on there, and the Plumster is crawling through at the moment. He's actually got the leaders already lapped him, as there we go, let's try to find it. NGR Cuddles and Bigsy just got the move done there, skipped the camera at the wrong point just as Bigsy was getting the move done up the inside there as they passed through the Plumster, and that is Bigsy making his way back up through the order after making a mistake and dropping down the field. So Cuddles dropping back, and one of you in the chat, number 30, Chloe's car is missing her tyre mark, marks. I'm sure we'll get that fixed. There goes Cuddles to the inside in that machine on Bigsy. Can he get the move done this time by? He's got the inside line there, but he's going to pull back in front and hold on. Passenger door side as well, there you go, very specific. But Bigsy holds on to the move for now through the chicane section. Let's quickly look back forward. They're still not close enough, so we'll stick with this battle for 5th at the moment as Cuddles gets a bit leery through the chicane there, so not the best thing he wants to be doing. That's dropped him back a little bit. He's now 1.5 seconds down. It's very easy in these cars with only 150 horsepower, just over 1,000 kilos in weight. You really want to keep the momentum up in these things. It's like driving a Ginetta GT5. Anything like that, you want to keep the momentum going. If you don't, you can drop back, and you can see Cuddles ran wide and just lost another second to Bigsy there, so not good for him. Surreptitiously coming through in 7th. There's Durge, who's on the grass doing a bit of gardening there. He won't want to be doing that much because Happy Hip will be coming up behind him before long. And Mad Marshall driving through the underpass there at the moment, down in 10th position. But of course, after the first 2 rounds, it'll be split into Pro and Am classes, so even if you're towards the back, you'll still be able to fight for points. And let's have a wee look. Yes, I do know. I am aware that one races in real. I believe quite a few of these ones do. I'm not sure exactly which ones. I'm sure you guys are probably going to tell me in the chat before long. But one thing I have spotted is this man here, the leader, Game Ranger, now on his 7th lap, the penultimate lap. He was about nearly 2 seconds clear of Dino Blaster, and he's now only 8/10 clear. You don't even need me to tell you the distance, sorry, because you can see it on the screen. So he's lost some time somewhere, and that has allowed the Dutchman to close back in, who, after finally getting past Cutler after a number of laps, has managed to pull a little bit of a gap out, 2 seconds. He's managed to get pull away from Cutler behind. So we're coming up to start the final lap of race 1. Is NGR Gamer, who's led most of the way, apart from a little bit at the start when Cutler managed to get the lead. Can he hold on for one more lap? Dino Blaster does have the fastest lap, a 2-minute 4.4. And we come across the line for the last time, almost as we start the last lap. I'll see if there'll be any changes in position. With Game Ranger leads at the moment, going on to the final lap. Lovely bit of consistency for Dino Blaster, even when battling. Look at that, 2-minute 5.0, 2-minute 4.4, 2-minute 5.5, 2-minute 5.2, 2-minute 4.5, 2-minute 4.5. That's awesome consistency no matter what car you're driving. So brilliant stuff from him. It's easy to see how he's closed up. Ripcross has just posted a faster lap though, 2-minute 4.379, and he is closing up to Cutler. Will he have enough time to make a move before the end of this lap? You would think he would need a little bit of help from Cutler, maybe making a small mistake. Bigsy is on his own. Cuddles has dropped back once again surreptitiously, is closing in on him with his Scorpion machine. Scorpio Dirge has now got Happy Hick for company, so we'll come back to him before they cross the line. There was Mad Marshall and Plumster at the back, still ghosted out, so I wonder if he's maybe disconnected. I really hope that is not the case, but here we go. Up through the SE section, up the hill and towards one of two braking zones before the end of this lap. Can Dino Blaster get the move done? Game Ranger is going to the inside to defend. Dino Blaster late on the brakes. He's going to go right round the outside of the brick. Oh, he's into the wall though. He's wall riding it now. He's managed to just about get away with that. Just got too late on the brakes. And here they go into the chicane section. Ripcross right behind Cutler as well. So we've got two battles to keep an eye on. We're going to jump back actually here because they're side by side through the chicane section. This could all end in tears before long. Oh, so close to getting to the wall, but they both managed to stay out. Dino Blaster flashing the lights. He's trying to do everything he can to put off Game Ranger into the last corner, the last lap of the first race. And Game Ranger's gone a bit wide, a wee bit of a bump there through the corner. That might just do enough for Game Ranger. Cutler's managed to just keep enough of a gap to Ripcross as he come up to the line. The checkered flag is waving, and across the line for the first victory in the first race goes to Game Ranger, with Dino Blast 1/10 behind him. Cutler takes third, Ripcross in fourth. Bigsy coming through, he will take fifth place in this race, and as you can see, some decent lap times there from Bigsby as well, including a 2-minute 5 dead as his fastest lap as he comes over the line, and that's him for fifth place in the first round. Cuddles will take sixth place, his fastest lap, unless he improves here, will be a 2-minute 7 dead. Surreptitiously comes through in seventh, 2-minute 8.1, so he was getting faster pretty much as the race went on nearly, so good result from him, who will be looking to improve moving on. Scorpio Dirge comes through, Scorpion Dirge, I'll get it right one day as I say, and Happy Hick. They were side by side going into the last lap, so something's happened there. Mad Marshall will be coming through in just a moment's time to complete the standings. There is the Plumster's car in 11th, it's a lap down almost, and it is ghosting, so I do hope it's not a disconnect from him. We'll see what's going on in a moment. We're just waiting for Mad Marshall to cross the line, and that puts to an end race 1. So the next race, we've got another race coming up before the end of this evening, and it's going to be a slightly longer race, 12 laps as Marshall crosses the line just now, and he decides to spin it and put it in the wall as he goes across, so there you go. But the next race will be, you get a choice of any tyres that you wish, but the tyre wear is turned up to 10 times with 12 times the fuel wear. You must start with 30 litres of fuel, and Game Ranger, lovely green livery with the Care Bears on the front, gotta love it. So qualifying for race 2 possibly then, is that how we are going here, I believe? We'll see in just a moment's time. With some really good racing going on there from all the drivers, especially up towards the front. We had side by sides all the way through that first race, so brilliant stuff from everybody. I'm just waiting to see what is happening next, because I'm sure we've got a second race to go. I'm just waiting to see if this is the qualifying session for it. or if we're just going straight into the race. Maybe someone in the chat will be able to drop it and let me know. I'm learning things as I go along here, so let's have a wee check. So well, we've just got, okay, there we go, we've got a 5-minute break and then we'll have race 2. So well, I've got this quick wee break here. Stream will continue, but I'm just going to be off mic for a few moments, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back in a couple of minutes with the second race of this evening. But while we've got this quick break, I'm going to go and get myself a quick wee drink. And I'm back with you. Lovely little bit of copyright free music there, just using YouTube to keep you from sitting in silence while you wait for me coming back and the start of the next race. So I hope you enjoyed that a little bit in between there. I'll try and make it a wee bit more smoother next week because I wasn't quite thinking that far ahead, to be honest with you. So just get back to the stream and mute my own voice because I don't like it. There we go. So, drivers coming back into the lobby just before long for race 2 of this evening's action. So we're just going to wait here just a wee moment before they come up. We're just watching Rick Ross terrible for that sometimes. Having a little bit of a practice just now. This race, as you might have seen from the lobby side of things, I'll just go back, there you go, on the left hand side from in the yellow, it's going to be 14 laps. The grid order is a reverse grid. It's based on the previous race results, so there's no qualifying. Tyre wear set to times 10, fuel depletion to times 12, and your starting fuel is 30 litres, so you're going to have to pit at some point in the race. So you can pick any tyres you want this time now. You're not forced to stay on the medium tyres this time round. You can choose from the hards, you can choose mediums, soft, super soft, anything you want. So this one got a wee bit more free rein, and with it being a reverse grid, obviously we're going to see quite a bit of passing, as those that were at the front are now at the back once we get started. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that one goes on. So drivers just having a little bit of a throw about at the moment while we just have that wee break in between the racing. Hopefully it won't be too much more time before we get underway. Big C decides now's the time to go and get a drink. So the reason it's named after Chloe Henry is that Chloe Hewitt, who is a Mini Cooper Series driver in the UK, has sponsored the Cup, which is why it holds her name, as Mad Marshall gets it on the curb and goes for a bit of skating along the wall. But that is the reason that it is in her name on this event, because she has given sponsorship towards it, and that is absolutely fantastic. It means we can give a couple of small prizes to the winners of the championship as well, so that's the reason for it. But we're lovely to have you along in the stream as well there, Henry, and hopefully you stick around for race 2 as well, which will hopefully be coming up, as I say, in just a few moments. For me, this is my first time commentating on GTSport, so a bit of a learning curve for me as well, and it's a new championship to NXTGEN as well, so always going to get used to things, and it'll get smoother as the weeks go on. I'll just actually have a quick look, in fact, at where we are for next week's race, because that could be quite interesting to know, just while we're waiting. So next week, Brands Hatch Indy Circuit, that'll be fun. 2 races again, 10 laps for the first race, 20 laps for the second race. The other rounds we've got 9 of them confirmed. The last 3 tracks are still waiting confirmation in the game, so we're going to work them out. But tracks available at the moment will be no off round 1 here at Dragon's Trail Seaside. I'm getting the S's the wrong way around. Round 2 next Monday will be Brands Indy. Round 3 will be Kyoto, Miyabi. Round 4 will be the Maggiore Centre 2, so I think that's the shorter version of the track for that one. Round 5 will be the Red Bull Ring Short Circuit, so go through turn 1 and then cut through to where I think it's turn 6 comes out, so there'll be that one there for round 5. Round 6 will be Suzuka on the East Circuit, which I believe is the one that takes in the S's. I don't think it's the one that takes in 130R, but again, it'll be interesting to see, because I'm still remembering all the shorter tracks. So there you go. Round 7, Tokyo Central Inner. Round 8, Tsukuba. I can never pronounce that, so I do apologise. And round 9 will be the Horse Thief. 10, 11 and 12, in terms of tracks at least, are still to be confirmed. So we'll keep up with everything here. And getting words of congratulations on how well I'm doing, so appreciate that, guys, thank you. It's always good. If you haven't subscribed to me, you know, I know a few of you have. I'm now up to 71 subs because I was at 65 at the weekend, so thank you very much, guys. If you haven't subscribed already and you do wish to, it would be absolutely fantastic if you could hit the like button as well, obviously, too. I'm back tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, another NXTGEN race. Tomorrow night it will be on Project Cars 2, and it will be the V8 supercars that will be taken to the track. Now, I raced in this league last season. If you look back on my channel, you'll see that I used to take the replay and commentate over the top of it afterwards, but I decided to drop out of racing and jump into the commentary box full time. So I will be in the commentary box tomorrow evening for that, and that is on Project Cars 2. Race 2 is about to start. You can see the comment in the bottom corner from the coordinator Cuddles. So we're about to get underway for round 2. But if you do want to join me tomorrow, 8 o'clock on this channel, Project Cars 2 V8 Supercars from NXTGEN Racing. So do look out for that as well. But here we go for the final race of the evening, the NGR Chloe Hewitt Cooper Cup. It's a reverse grid over 14 laps this time, and obviously fuel wear and tyre wear is on. As you can see, Game Ranger, the winner last time, at the back of the grid with Dino Blaster in 10th, and up the front is the Plumster, who finished last in the first race. So we're about to get underway here as the lights are coming on. I'll just jump back to Mad Marshall so I can see the lights. 5 lights are on for the last time this evening. And we are underway once again, and there's a lot of movement going on, so I'll try my best to keep up with it, because it looks like we're nearly 4 wide down the straight at some point. Oh, camera angle not doing me good here. There we go, going 3 wide into turn 1. Plumster, Happy Hipkin, Mad Marshall going 3 wide. We're nearly 4 wide behind them. The road's not that wide, guys, be careful. Coming up here into the next corner, Plumster's lost a couple of places already. Look at Bigsy getting aggressive on the brakes, and we've got contact in the background. Game Ranger's backed right out of everything there, and he's dropping back now. He's going to have to make up quite a bit of ground having done that, but everyone managing to somehow get through without being in the gravel there. But that was getting very dicey into the corner as Scorpion Dirge looks for an inside line on Happy Hip. Can't do it. Cutler already up to 5th place at the moment as Happy Hip looks for a way through. There's Dino Blaster, so these two are really making their way through the field. They're 3 wide going over the crest, coming up to the S's. Again, this can't end well. In fact, we're nearly 3 wide, 2 by 2. This is going to end drastically wrong. Cuddles stuck on the inside there, nearly getting pushed to the side, and Dino Blasters are nearly into 2nd place. He's making a move on Mad Marshall now as we follow through. There's Cutler into 4th place. He's going to try and follow the Dutchman through. Ripcross getting a move done on Happy Hip as well as we follow him up to the first of the major braking zones on this lap, and it's into the braking zone. Can anybody come out and gain a place here? Dino Blaster's got through to 2nd, Cutler's through to 3rd, Mad Marshall going backwards. There goes Ripcross to make a move as well, and he's going to try and get past Mad Marshall, and it looks like he's done so already. And we've got Cutler and Dino Blaster side by side. It's a repeat of race 1 all over again as they come through the chicane section. If they're very careful through here, they can just about make it. They're door handle to door handle, and they somehow miss the wall altogether. Good driving from them all. Dirge is staying right out of the way. He wants no part of this at all. He is getting right out of the way, and Cutler takes the lead from Dino Blaster. Ripcross is side by side with Dirge at the moment. He takes 3rd. He's going up the inside of Dino Blaster, but can't quite make it in the stand-up cancer machine. And the Bridgestone machine running very wide onto the curb, and that's going to allow the Dutchman through. 1 Dutchman missing out, 1 Dutchman gaining a plate, and they're all coming into the pits first lap. They're all pitting. I think they've got the fuel's gone down really rapidly, so obviously really got that all turned up. Everybody's having to pit already, so I don't know if that was an oversight. Obviously learning game as well as to what the scenarios will be, so everybody maybe just went full blast there rather than leaning it out. So we've got everyone in the pit. So let's see here. First one to get back out is NGR Cutlers, and trying to call through here surreptitiously has made up a lot of ground. He's up to 2nd place now, so he's gained well in the pit stop phase. So everyone deciding to come in and fill the tanks up pretty quickly on the first lap and fill it up to the full 9,900 litres that they can get by the looks of it. But Cutler has made the jump, and Dino Blaster is right. Where is Dino Blaster? He's dropped right the way down. We're down to 8 actually. We've lost a few drivers unfortunately. Really frustrating for that to be the case. Hopefully not going to have a problem. So we'll see what's going on. Because it looks like we're getting a restart because there's a chat message here, quit race all. So issues going on. This can happen sometimes, and obviously it is a new league here for NXTGEN, so bit of a teething problem. It can happen from time to time. Hopefully all the drivers have seen the message. Mad Marshall the only one still going, so we are going to have a restart of this. Things went a little bit wrong there. I think times 12 on the fuel was possibly a tad too high. Then Mad Marshall finally realising that the race is going to be restarted. So you can see the chats at the side there. Cuddles is saying it was, you know, he's the coordinator. He knows he's made a big mistake there. It happens. Don't worry, don't worry, Cuddles. It's only been maintained on YouTube for all eternity for us all to see. So don't worry about that one at all, mate. You'll be fine. But we're going to have a quick restart in just a moment. So give it a wee second, and we will be back underway, and we'll have another chance to go 4 wide into the first couple of turns. So just wait for the lobby to reset, and we'll have we look at things in just a moment. So as you can see there, fuel depletion has been set to times 8 with a 70 litre starting fuel, so 70 litres in the tank, and NGR Shellstones was it set to 1500 horsepower rather than 150. I don't think the Mini's capable of 1500 unless you put something in the back of it. You know, anyone remember the Top Gear van that had a Jag V12 in the boot? I think that's the only way you get 1500 horsepower out of this thing. But yeah, so we're going to have a restart. We're going to pop the fuel up a wee bit more, and we're going to drop the depletion down, so it still requires pit stops. But a learning process on the fly. That's not normally how things are, but we are about to get this done, so we shouldn't take too much longer as we get the grid order sorted in just a second. So once again, apologies for this. Things can happen, and as they say, when it does go wrong, it usually does when you're live. So just quickly take a wee moment. So the final is about to start one more time there, so apologies for that small delay. Learning as we go along, sometimes it's only the way you can do. So we'll try this one more time. It is a reverse grid again for 14 laps. This time 70 litres to start with rather than 30, and fuel depletion turned down to just times 8 rather than times 12. So we'll try one more time. All 11 drivers back on the grid. We will set the camera on NGR Mad Marshall as the lights come on. So, take 2 for the final time for the red lights. 5 are on. Oh, it looks like Cuddles has jumped the start a little bit there. Hopefully he gets away with that, maybe, who knows. And we are underway one more time. So we've got action coming about. There goes Happy Hipk looking to make a move already. He's up to second place, got past the Plumster, who's dropping back quickly. Scrumptitiously coming through in third place to pass Scorpio Durge. Bigsy making a move. Ripcross is coming through. Dino Blaster and Cutler are making their way through as well. I just noticed the plate on the back of David's machine. Catch me. It looks like some of them might do, David. You need to get a move on, mate. Mad Marshall maintains the lead. Durge has moved his way up the second. Happy Hipk into third. Bigsy fourth. Ripcross in fifth place. Cutler in sixth. Scrumptitiously dropping the way back down the field. He's now in eighth place as Dino Blaster comes through. Him and Cutler moving through the field again. And here comes NGR Game Ranger as well as they come up to the right-hander for the first time. A little bit of bump in there between Dino Blaster and Game Ranger as they came through the right-hander. A little bit of a bump on the door handles as they come down the hill. Mad Marshall's got a bit of a run on Happy Hipk as Bigsy looks to go through as well. Scorpio Durge has got Ripcross behind them and Cutler as well, so got battles all over the place at the moment as they come through the SE section for the first time. And moving up here is Scorpio Durge trying to hold off Ripcross just now. And Ripcross, the Dutchman, getting through at the moment, but Scorpio Durge has got the inside line for the next corner. Will he have a go? Cuddles has got Cutler, Dino Blaster and Game Ranger right behind them. It's good going to try. Oh, Cutler, a really late one up the inside. That was a bit aggressive there by the Brit there in the NGR machine. So that was a little bit much there. And we've got side by side up front. Bigsy trying to follow Happy Hip Crew, who's bumping around on with Mad Marshall, who holds on. The South African hits the Armco on the outside there. And we've got the first four coming through now. Marshall, Hipk, Bigsy, Ripcross going to the inside line of Bigsy. Can he get the move done? It looks like Happy Hip's going to look to the outside of Mad Marshall. He's not going to get the move done there. And Ripcross nearly up the inside as Marshall runs very, very wide. Happy Hick now on the grass, and that's going to allow Ripcross into the lead. Bigsy in second. Cutler is in third as we've got a car sideways. I believe that might be Mad Marshall, unfortunately for him. Game Ranger into fourth. Durge in fifth. Dino Blaster and Cutler sixth and seventh. There's Cuddles, Plumster, Mad Marshall. It was David, the Glaswegian, dropping down the order, getting on the grass. Dino Blaster gets past Durge on the inside, but Durge has still got the inside for the next corner. Will he be later on the brakes than the Dutchman? No, he will not, so he drops down to sixth place. Is up ahead. Game Ranger tries to get past Happy Hip into third place, and it looks like he's got the move done as Dino Blaster is bumping his way through as well. A little bit of door handle rubbing at his touring cars after all, so no surprise he's there as long as it's not over aggressive. And it looks like Dino Blaster's got the move done, but this South African's not taking that lying down. He might be an accounts manager by day, but managing director by day, but he is driving the wheels off that thing just now as Game Ranger down the hill comes, and Bigsy still trying to chase down Ripcross. So we've got a Dutchman in the lead, a Brit in second, Brit third, South African fourth, a Dutchman in fifth, and then the rest of the field filled out by the rest of the Brits as Dino Blaster looks to the inside of Hipk. He can't get the move done, but he now switches back. Cutler though goes right the way to the outside. He's going to try and take the two of them here down into the next corner. Can he get the move done? As Cutler looks like he's going to be in the best place. Dino Blaster dropping down to six at the moment. Cutler, a little bit of a door handle rub there between him, and he runs wide, and that allows Dino Blaster to get back through. And Happy Hip holds on to the place from Dino Blaster holds on to fifth place. Cutler into sixth. There's Cuddles and Scorpio Durge behind them, having a wheel-to-wheel battle. Cuddles getting a little bit of a push there, having to use the curbing and a bit more. They're going to go side by side through here, and you be very careful. Nearly. Very well noted. That Armco just sticks out. It's very easy to get it wrong through here. Here goes Dino Blaster though on the inside of Happy Hip, and can he get that move done? Yes, he can. That is nicely done there, but the South African, if he hadn't caught the inside curb there, could maybe have got a run. Cutler's going to look to have a run on him, but up front it is Ripcross, 1.5 seconds clear of Bigsy in second place. Game Ranger in third as Dino Blaster follows through fourth. Here goes Cutler though. We're going to switch if I can. No, I've not got the right button here, so it doesn't matter. But here goes Cutler, looking to the inside through the fast right-hander of turn one, but the South African to the inside for turn two. Can Cutler hold it to the outside? Touched again. That's a little bit of contact there. Cutler goes wide. He's going to concede the place for now and allow the South African back through. Yeah, just getting a little bit too close for comfort there, going through the chicane there, those two. So come back through though. Dino Blaster catching up to Game Ranger. A repeat of race one at the end. Could have another repeat for that for very long. Cutler though is catching up, and Cuddles not too far behind in Chloe's machine there. Scorpio Durge coming through and doing a bit of lawn mowing one more time, and I'm sure the Croatian grass will really appreciate that one. Mad Marshall, who started in second, down to 9th place at the moment. Surreptitiously in 10th place, the Scorpion car getting caught out as Plumster in last place at the moment. But here's your race leader on lap 3 of 14. It is Ripcross, who is leading the race at the moment from Bigsy in second place, having a good run there in the AST machine. And he's got Game Ranger though trying to close up, race one winner, trying to close onto Bigsy there. Bigsy will be trying to keep it all together as he goes through the sectors. I've hit the wrong buttons there, I do apologise for that one. So we're on lap 3 now. You look at the fuel depletion, you can see that Bigsy's on a quarter of a tank, Ripcross just over a quarter tank, as is Game Ranger. and Dino Blaster, so all around about a quarter tank now. But obviously when they fuel, they'll be able to put a lot more in than the 70 litres they started with. They can play about with the fuel mixture and lean it out. You can see front tyres on Big C's car looking halfway down their wear pattern there, as Ripcross looks like he's held on to his pretty well. So it's pretty good there from the Dutchman, but obviously could be in different compounds. He's got soft, and Big C's got soft, super soft, front to rear. So different strategies. Mediums on Game Ranger, as is Dino Blaster. He's got the medium tyres on as well. Happy Hick, who's still fighting with Cutler, he's got softs front and rear, and Cutler on the mediums trying to go for the inside line. He's got the inside this time round, hopefully no contact this time through. A little bit of a bump there, obviously you can have that happen sometimes with a bit of lag going on, and they go side by side one more time through the corner, and that is a move done for Cutler there, finally getting past the South African, but it's cost him around 5.5 seconds to the cars ahead. There is Cuddles in 7th place. He's got a nice gap to those behind, so he can concentrate on the cars ahead. He's on softs front and rear. Mad Marshall's gone for super softs front and rear. Dirge on the softs, surreptitiously on the mediums, and soft tyres for the Plumster. So back at the front though, Ripcross now. Going to probably see some pit stops before long. Big C's certainly going to need one before too long if he's not careful. And Game Ranger following him through Dino Blaster. So these four have disappeared up the road a good wee bit. They're 12 seconds here, 12 seconds clear, sorry, of Cutler. So the lead, he's 12 seconds clear of the leader is Cutler. He's behind, so he's trying to make up for lost ground. And we might start seeing some pit stops as we approach the end of lap 4 and on to lap 5, so not far off a half distance. They've obviously got the fuel mix that they can play about with if they so desire. There was a button earlier on that I could use that let me change the camera, but I've not got it anymore. So, hey ho, there we go. Cool. So, there is Dino Blaster. Is anybody going to make a pit stop? Yes, Big C having to pull into the pits. You can see his warning light is on for the fuel, so we'll see what he does in terms of tyres. He's on the softs at the moment, so he's into pit lane. We'll keep an eye on that graph at the side. He's gone on, he's not changed tyres just yet, as Cutler is pitting as well. Happy Hick in the pits as well. Cuddles is in the pits. So we've got a few people pitting now as these guys at the front try to lean it out a little bit more to try and make it go an extra lap. So we'll see what tyres they come back out on. We've got a few drivers in the pits, but Ripcross still going through Plumster. So everybody from Big Z down has gone into pit lane. Mad Marshall through into 4th, and Dirge coming through into 5th place, passing Big Z. So Big Z's gone on to medium tyres. Happy Hip has gone on to the soft tyres one more time, as has Cutler, now going from mediums to soft. Cuddles is on to the mediums. We've got Surreptitiously going for a new set of tyres before long, and he is back underway, and he is back onto medium tyres, fresh set for him as well. Here is the leader, it is Ripcross, and he's 5 seconds clear of Game Ranger. These two will be heading for pit lane. You can see their fuel warning lights are on as well. It'll be interesting to see if anyone can make this go through on a one stop. That'll be the interesting one. Can they lean it out now from the pit stops? That will be what these guys will be hoping that they can now do, because they're about to come into the pits. Mad Marshall, the only other person not to pit at the moment. He's got Big C all over the back of him just now as they come up to the right-hander, over the crest, up to the next braking zone. Big C's got the move done before the braking zone. He's much later on the brakes than Mad Marshall as well, and that is a move for Big C through into 4th place, having made his stop. So he's the first of them to have pitted that is furthest up. So he's 4th place, he's the first one that pitted out of everybody. Mad Marshall still to pit at the moment as Dirge it goes through. There's Ripcross into the pits with just 1 litre of fuel left. Game Ranger in is 2 litres of fuel left, as Dino Blaster pretty much running on fumes, as you can see at the side. 0 litres. He ran out as he came into pit lane, so keep an eye on that. Here's Happy Hip having NGR Cutler chase him down just now. We'll see if he can hold off the advances of the orange machine as they come through the corner. You can see there Scorpio Durge getting a little bit wide. He's heading for pit lane along with Mad Marshall, and we'll see there as Ripcross comes out of pit lane. Can he stay ahead of Bigsy? Game Ranger going on to the hard tyres, so he's wanting to make it to the end of the race on them, and Ripcross maintains his lead, and Game Ranger has jumped Bigsy at the moment, but not for long, because Bigsy, having much more speed, having not had to pit on that lap, gets through around the outside. So Ripcross stayed on soft tyres. Game Ranger's gone for the hard tyres. That's a very interesting choice of tyres there. He's hoping possibly to make it to the end of the race maybe, or if not, maybe just have a splash and dash. Dino Blaster's gone on to soft tyres as Cutler has got past Happy Hick down the front straight, as we've seen. So he was the South African unable to hold off the orange machine for too long. We're on lap 6 of 14. Not too long to go. And the messenger chat for this mark saying to me, have I got a keyboard? No, I do not. Which is a shame, but I maybe need to look at one. But I don't, unfortunately, so I'm just using the controller to navigate. I would love to have a keyboard. Maybe I should look into it. Could be quite useful for future events. But it's my first ever commentary on GTSport, and hopefully I'm doing very well indeed. Hopefully you'll be able to tell me so. Anyway, not that I'm looking for praise, honest. Lap 6 though, coming up to halfway point, and Bigsy is still ahead of Game Ranger at the moment, but race 1 winner looking to chase down the AST machine and take over second place, so you can go chasing after the race leader Ripcross up front. Thank you, people gave me praise, I love it. Thanks, Shellstones. As long as I'm doing a good job and you're enjoying this, and that's my job done, I'm doing well. Brilliant stuff. Bigsy though into the last corner, holding off the advances of race 1 winner Game Ranger, as I say. Dino Blaster trying to keep up with us at the moment. He's about a second and a half down, doesn't look like it. And look at that view there, the mountains of Croatia in the background. I will say one thing about GTSport, it is a beautiful game. Absolutely, look at that. Isn't that fantastic? Cutler there trying to chase up, so this is first, second and third in race 1, or third, fourth and fifth, trying to chase down Bigsy and Ripcross, who's up ahead. Cuddles in 6th place has got Happy Hick coming up behind that. It looks like Hick has had a bit of an issue, has Happy, so he's dropped back because Cuddles was behind him earlier on in the Chloe Hewitt machine. And there's the Chandler Halsham's machine coming through, the green and black. Very easy spot. Oh, getting sideways there. Good catch there. Very easy to lose the car with his front wheel drive sometimes. So good save there. And I'm guessing the South African went for the green and black because it was as close to the colours of his nation's flag as you can get. Here comes surreptitiously. He's got Durge behind him. Catch me on the Reggie plate. Well, Durge is looking to do so and get past, never mind just catch the Glaswegians as they come through the first couple of corners. So these two battling over 9th and 10th place. Mad Marshall in 11th, the Plumster down in 10th place, and the Plumster down in 11th. Bigsy pulls a little bit away from Game Ranger. He's got Dino Blaster going down the inside. I've jumped back to this at the right time, and the Dutchman makes the move one more time in the Bridgestone machine, and Game Ranger drops down to 4th place as Dino Blaster looks to pull away from the blue and black machine there. I will get my sheet printed out so I can give the actual sponsor names properly. I didn't have the time to do it today. Whoops. Cutler there in 5th. Oh, running really close to the Armco barrier there in the NGR machine. He's in 5th place trying to catch up. Cuddles nicely sitting 9 seconds behind Cutler, 3 seconds ahead. This man, Happy Hip, in the green and black machine, as you say. So we're going to move back to the front though, and Dino Blaster will be looking to pull away. Oh, and the Plumster there getting lapped, is staying just about out of the way of everyone. Nicely done there as Game Ranger goes by. Just caught that there coming through. It looked a lot closer than it was, but Plumster staying out of the way of the leaders. And Bigsy 7 seconds down, so Ripcross looking pretty good at the moment. I mean, look at his fuel gauge in comparison. He's got nearly a quarter of a tank more than Bigsy. Got similar fuel to Dino Blaster. And Game Rangers, we see Cutler going by the Plumster there. So Cutler's used a lot of fuel as well, so he might need to make a splash and dash if he's not careful. Game Ranger and Dino Blaster, especially Game Ranger, look to be in decent fuel range at the moment. And maybe that's what Game Ranger is doing just now. Just leaning the fuel out at the moment, just sitting back to try and pounce later on in the race. But here goes Dino Blaster, trying to get to past Bigsy. They come through the S's, the left, the right. You're rising up the hill all the time as well, and the Dutchman has got an amazing run. He's going to try and switch back one more time using all the curbing on the track limits that he can, and he has got the run through the kink down towards the next braking zone. But Bigsy's not going to give this one up without a fight. You can bet your bottom dollar on that one. Here we go into the braking zone, and Dino Blaster gets later on the brakes, comes across to take the racing line, and that is a lovely move from the Bridgestone machine, and he's into second place in this race just now. So absolutely brilliant stuff from him, and a lovely move there. Bigsy tried to get the squeeze, but just later on the brakes from the Dutchman, and he is through. Can he make inroads into that 8.5 second lead that Ripcross has? We've got a Dutch 1-2 at the moment, and we are beyond half distance. Lap 8, about to go on to lap 9 of this race, and Dino Blaster now will try and see if he can reel in his fellow Dutchman. Oh, and Dino Blaster actually heading for pit lane. He is coming into the pit, so he's deciding to take a second stop. Very interesting indeed. He's obviously decided he's not going to be able to get to the end on the fuel. He's deciding to change tyres as well. So that's going to drop him down the order. So he's the first one to blink. And it'll be interesting to see if anyone can make it to the end. He's gone onto super soft tyres as well, so he's going to have the grippiest tyres possible for the rest of this race. But I do think Game Ranger and Ripcross look to be in nice position. Half a tank and just over half a tank left. Cutler's down to under half a tank. Bigsy is nearly about a third of a tank left, and those front medium tyres, the fronts look absolutely halfway down the wear rate. Ripcross on the soft has hardly pushed those tyres. He's just keeping it nicely, and you can see the lap times there. 2 minute 4, 2 minute 5, 2 minute 4. Ignore lap 5 and 6 because that's when he was in the pits. And then 2 minute 5, 2 minute 5. So consistent lapping from the leader. Bigsy back into second with Dino Blaster pitting. Dino Blaster is rejoined in 6th place, just ahead of Happy Hip, as I'm calling him. And Game Ranger though on the hard tyres, hardly any wear on them, and he's got more fuel than the cars around, so apart from the leader, he is looking pretty good at the moment. Cutler, those soft tyres wearing up a little bit, and he's onto a third of a tank now, so we might see that orange machine back to pit lane before long. And there it is, Cuddles, Dino Blaster catching up to him, and he's down to he's run very wide there through the corner. That's going to allow Dino Blaster a very good chance to get a run on him and see if he can make a pass into the last corner. We'll jump back to that in just a second. We'll see these guys up front. Game Ranger, is he close enough to make a go at Bigsy? No, he's not. He might try the undercut, but we'll jump back to this because Dino Blaster is right on the rear bumper of Cuddles. He goes to the inside for the next corner as they go through the tunnel, through the underpass, and Dino Blaster has got the inside. Bigsy and Cutler pit, so we've got 2 of them in the pit. Game Ranger moves up now into second as Dino Blaster moves up into what is currently P5 but about to become P3, and Cuddles on the grass there, and he's managed to get it back onto track and stay in place. So Dino Blaster into 3rd place, and you can see Cutler there coming out the pit, so he's going to come out in 5th place as Cuddles goes through, but Cuddles will possibly need to pit if he's looking at that fuel gauge. Happy HBK, Happy Hip has came in as well. Looks like he's just gone for fuel only on this pit stop. Surreptitiously coming through an 8 from the Scorpion machine. And he looks like he will have to pit before the end of this race as well. Mad Marshall's got half a tank, so he might be okay. As we have Plumster running wide there now, a lap down on the field, but obviously, as I say, after the first 2 rounds it'll be split into a pro and an AM class, so you still have something to fight for as you go on, and there's nothing better than learning as you go, because it's how I done it. I need to be honest, I'm not the quickest, but I learned as I go and got a bit better. Never won anything, unfortunately. That's why I decided commentary's maybe a bit better job for me, so there you go. Race leader though, Ripcross, looking pretty at the moment. Tyres look decent, and he'll be hoping to not need to pit if he can get away with it. He's probably leaning that car right out as much as he can get away with. He's still setting 2:05 lap times at the moment, so he'll need to be careful. This man here, Game Ranger, winner of race 1, 14 seconds back. He's got 14 seconds to Dino Blaster behind him, but he has got, as you can see, just under half a tank, and we've got 4 laps to go when they come across the line. Had to do the maths there, and he looks to be in good spot. He might not need to pit again, I think. That could be a very shrewd decision on the strategy there from Game Ranger in the GS machine, so keep an eye on him. Dino Blaster's got fuel to the end. He can turn up the wick and go for it. He's got the super soft tyres on as well, so he's got the grippiest compound to have a go at it, and we'll see what his lap time is coming across the line this time by, see if he improves on his best. Yeah, he does indeed, 2:04.9, but still not quicker than Ripcross up front. As fast as that's a 2:04.8 as Cuddles comes into pit lane from P6, so we'll see where he drops out in just a moment's time. There is Cutler, so it's starting to space out with a strategy just now. There's usually a few more drivers that we're expecting to have over the coming weeks, so that'll make the racing a little bit more exciting moving forward as well, as we have some more drivers available, as Cuddles comes back out on the soft tyres, having just put in just enough fuel to get to the end of the race. There's Happy Hip coming through as surreptitiously heads into the pit lane. The Scotsman needing a top up of fuel there, only 9 litres left in the tank, so that puts Mad Marshall up into 8th place, and he looks like, even though the soft tyres at the front look terrible, that fuel tank might just be enough to get to the end if he's leaning it out. But Scorpion Dirge will be looking to have a go, but those mediums are looking a bit worse for wear. He's only got a quarter tank left, so now it becomes a bit of a battle as surreptitiously comes back out in 10th place. There's the Plumpster running around, ghosting out, so again I don't know if that means he's disconnected from the lobby at all or not. I'm not sure. I know that's the case in the F1 2018 games, so I'm not sure if that's the case here. So see what's going on. Dino Blaster got a bit of a slowdown penalty to get rid of. He'll obviously have to do that through the penalty zone. He's got 5.5 seconds to Cutler, but he'll need to be careful of that. Here comes Bigsy, they'll try to make his way back through. Good racing from him though. He's onto the medium tyres now, and he's got more than enough fuel to go to the end. And Ripcross into pit lane, so the race leader's in. He's deciding on a tyre change as well. Let's see, he'll surely only just put in enough fuel to get to the end as Game Ranger goes into the lead in the GS battery machine. And I do think he might just have played this strategy nicely, but Ripcross now has got fresh tyres, and he's only about 3-4 seconds behind with 3 laps to go, so we could be in for a bit of a grandstand finish if the Dutchman can catch up to the blue machine before long. He's only got a quarter tank as Game Ranger. Ripcross now with over half a tank, so it'll be interesting. Dino Blaster still got that half a second time penalty to get rid of at some point. He'll need to disappear of that, or it'll just be added to his race time at the end. And there is Cutler coming through in 4th place. He's got enough fuel to get to the end. Biggsy's got enough to get to the end as well. He could probably turn up the wick. He's done a 2:06.5 last time by, so decent lap time there. He's made 2 stops in this race. Most drivers have made 2 stops, so it looks of it. If I go through the order, as Cuddles, Happy Hip has made... Yep, he's made 2 stops as well. And there's Mad Marshall and Scorpio Dirge having a battle, so we'll come to this, but it looks like Dirge heading for pit lane just as I thought we were going to get a wee battle between the two of them. And Scorpion Dirge comes into pit lane. Josh Harper, his real name, he heads for pit lane to make his 2nd stop. Mad Marshall has made 2 stops as well, I think. Not too sure, I think he's only made 1. In fact, no, he's only made 1 stop, so he's really pushing it to the end. Surreptitiously, he has made 2 stops in this race as Dirge heads out of pit lane, and the Plumster at the back there. Dirge goes on to super softs, and Plumster learning his way through. No shame in what he's doing there. He's sticking to the end, and that is certainly a sign of someone who wants to learn. So stick with it, my friend. It will come to you. Follow the fast drivers where you can. They'll help you out, my friend. But this is where I think the battle's going to be in these last couple of laps now. We're coming on to the penultimate lap, lap 13, and Game Ranger's heading for pit lane, so I thought he might be able to make it to the end, but he's not. He's having to pit. It's surely just going to be a splash and dash, and that pretty much is going to give the win to Ripcross, sorry, if he can hold on. Yep, splash and dash only, just fuel, no tyres. That's why he's gone on to the hards. So can he chase down the Dutchman? Where is Dino Blaster? He's coming through here. These two are going to be side by side again in a moment, aren't they? Here we go, round 16 I think it is over the two races. The Dutchman's got a run on the blue and black car. Okay, he's gone for the inside straight away, but no, he's not close enough to do it. And Game Ranger holds on for now, so he's just filled just enough to get to the end. Dino Blaster's got more fuel, so he can turn the wick up, but these two 8 seconds behind the leader Ripcross, so he can take it a little bit easier, make sure he's got it right and get the job done. Up front he's coming through the S's up the hill. The stand up to cancer machine, obviously very good cause, obviously. You see that, and obviously if you ever have any issues, you obviously, you know, give a donation. Do some fantastic stuff there, as Dino Blaster all over the back of Game Ranger's machine, the GS battery machine, sticking to the track, the Bridgestone car, trying left, trying right, surreptitiously. He's been back into the pits for a quick splash and dash by the looks of it as well, so he's obviously not fueled enough on his second stop, having to pit again for a third time. This seems to be where the main battle is. We'll just quickly run through the order to see Cutler's trying to catch up. He's 2.7 back. And Big C's about 11 seconds back. He's got a 17 second gap to Cuddles, who's 8 seconds ahead of Happy Hip because he's got half a minute to surreptitiously, who's just pitted again. Ad Marshall in 9th. Scorpion Dirge. And the A-Reeve Motorsport machine. Little dent on the back. Oh, and Marshall's into the wall. He's completely messed that one up, and that's allowed Dirge to get through, and the A-Reeve Motorsport car didn't need a second invitation for that one, and he is through. Big mistake there from the Spark machine, and he's dropped down a place as Ripcross goes on to his final lap. Look at that, he's still setting the fastest laps, 2 minute 4.6 now. Some fantastic consistency here from the number 6 machine, so we'll come back to him in a minute. This is where the closest battle is. Game Ranger, winner in race 1, currently second. Got Dino Blaster behind him in third, who finished second in race 1. And there's NGR Cutler, who finished third in race 1. He is in fourth place. So the strategy, still bringing the faster drivers to the front, but Ripcross has played an absolute blinder with the strategy call. And he looks like if he can just hold on for these last few moments, he is going to come through and take the race victory. We're keeping an eye on these guys for now. We'll jump back to him in a moment before he crosses the line with a checkered flag. Dino Blaster's got a good run here. They're coming down the hill and then they go back up the hill through the S's. Can the Dutchman make a clean pass? Game Ranger running it wide to keep using all of the track. Dino Blaster trying to follow him through. 150 horsepower through the front wheels, doing the turning as well. No wonder those super soft tyres are nearly at the end of their life. Look at them in the bottom left hand corner. Look at the red bar, how far that is. The wear on those tyres are going down, and he's unable to make a move there into that corner, but Game Ranger's caught the curb and got a little bit wrong coming out of the corner, so Dino Blaster's going to have a run through the chicane, so we'll try and jump to the race winner in a minute. He's not quite through the last corner. We're going to watch this one through the final corner quickly. So I want to see the race winner across the line, but I don't want to miss the overtake, so here we go. Dino Blaster coming up to the back of Game Ranger. He's still got a 2-times penalty take as Game Ranger puts the indicator on to say, why don't you have a go? Unable to make a move, so we come to the checkered flag. It is Ripcross who takes the race win in race 2. Lovely strategy from the Dutchman, but you jump back here to the fight for second. It's a drag race to the finish line. Who is going to take it? It looks like Game Ranger is going to hold on. Dino Blaster pulls to the outside. Can he get by? No, he cannot. He's still got 2-times time penalty, and it's Game Ranger taking second, Dino Blaster third. Cutler comes across for fourth position. Here comes Big C. Good race from him there. Some lovely overtaking early doors, and he comes home to take fifth position. A good result from him. Cuddles will be next across the line in 6th place. A few trips off the road at his points. On the last his fuel, you can see the fuel gauge pretty much depleted. He'll cross the line in 6th position as he takes the checkered flag. His fastest lap, 2 minutes 7.5. Happy Hip be next over. 7th place for the South African. I'm sure he'll be pretty pleased with that. Surreptitiously the next one across the line in the Scorpion machine. And a Glaswegian coming up to the end. Catch me, some of them did, others couldn't. He'll be looking to improve next time around as well, I'm sure. I'm sure everyone will be trying their best to get better as it goes on. The Plumster will be 11th. He's a lap down. He'll come across the line but surreptitiously over the line in 8th place. I'll just quickly see him there. He goes over the finish line. Plumster finishes 11th. Scorpion Dirge. I'm just going to call him Dirge, it's going to be easier. He's going to take 9th place as time runs out, and it's going to be Mad Marshall who rounds out the top 10 and your final runners. So, 2 races tonight in the NXTGEN Racing Trail Racing Cooper Cup. We had a win in the first race, sprint race for Game Ranger, as you can see there. Rip Cross, the winner in race 2, which obviously lovely strategy from him to keep that one going. But there we are. That was the end of the first week for NXTGEN Racing's Chloe Hewitt Mini Cooper Cup. Hope you all enjoyed it. Lovely to see 13 of you still in the stream as well. Hope you've enjoyed the last hour and a half worth of action, including the little bit there with the fuel being the wrong side for the first of the starts in race 2, but it's all a good process and some really good racing. And if that is anything to go by, next week at Brands Hatch and the rest of the season is going to be an absolute stonker of a season. So make sure you tune in next week 8:30 for the next round. It'll be back on this channel again, so as I say, if you do want to make sure you don't miss it, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, and it'll let you know when I've gone live. As I say as well, I am back tomorrow evening on the channel once again, NXTGEN Racing coverage, this time on Project Cars 2, bit of V8 supercars going around for season 13, and I know there's some really good racers in that as well, some very fast drivers in there. Boy Raxer's the defending champion. Can he defend the championship, or will WRT Shadow or NGR Scooby be able to take that back off? And there's been some changes in the V8 Championship as well, so join me tomorrow and I'll run you through those. That is 8 o'clock tomorrow. But that is it for me tonight. Thank you very much to everyone who joined the stream, who got involved in the chat. Absolutely fantastic to see everyone who's came along. Hope you've enjoyed the racing this evening. But until next time, my name's Andy. Thank you very much once again, and until next time, I'll see you again soon. Ta-da.